Sports Resort is the sequel to the free game that came with the Wii. However, this time, thanks to the included add-on, it makes the game even more fun to play. And unlike Wii Play, it's actually a game you'll come back to play. But first, let's talk about the Wii Motion Plus add-on that comes with the game. The device sticks onto the bottom of the Wiimote. It comes with its own cover, so all you have to do is slide it in and lock it into place. It's just that simple. But apparently some people are going to have a problem with that concept of stick this plug in the hole, because they make you sit through an unskippable 3-minute tutorial how to do this. Thanks, Nintendo. There's 3 minutes I'm never going to get back. Strangely enough, this device lets the Wiimote do what we all originally thought it was going to do. Read the precise placements of your hands and the position on the controller. I can't wait to see how third-party developers decide to use the Wii Motion Plus device, or if they'll just ignore it, like they've seemed to have done with the Wii Speak, with a couple exceptions. Since there's so many games to go over, I'm just going to go over them all quickly and give you my opinion of them one by one. Swordplay. Now this is the one I think most people were excited over when they heard about what the Wii Motion Plus device could do. They think that one-to-one sword fighting could be really exciting and challenging. That might be true, but you wouldn't know it playing this game. The game could still be won by flailing your arms around and blocking from time to time. I tried doing a well-thought-out attack and counterattack game plan, but in the end I just found it easier to go with plan B. Crazy hands! You would think I was having spasms with the way I was playing the game. And winning! While the computer did get more challenging later on, it never got to the point where a good block and waggle wouldn't do the trick. And that's a pity. Wakeboarding. Now, I've never done anything like this before. The most exciting thing I've ever done on the ocean is boogie boarding. And even that didn't excite me. And that's kind of sad since I live in San Diego, but I hardly ever go to the beach. Wakeboarding was fun a couple times. The goal is to use the wakes that the boats that is towing you makes to pull off tricks and cool jumps. The game is just too simple for my taste, but people who enjoy skateboarding games might really enjoy this game. Archery. This game is fantastic. This is one of the few games on this collection that I kept going back to play to improve my score. I don't know why I found this so much fun. It's simple and complex at the same time. You hold your Wiimote up like you're holding a bow. Then you use your nunchuck to simulate pulling back on the string while holding the Z button. Then all you do is release the Z button to fire. It's perfect. If you enjoy archery at all, you'll spend hours playing this game. Frisbee. I actually enjoyed this game more than I thought I would. It uses the Wii Motion Plus device to its full extent, as it reads the exact angle on how you're holding the Frisbee before you throw it. And yes, it really matters. The idea is that you're playing Frisbee with your dog, and his job is to catch it. It was a lot of fun, and it's one of these games on this collection where they couldn't have just used the Wiimote's normal motion controls, as it wouldn't have worked as well. Basketball. Now this might come off as a little biased, since I am not a basketball fan, so the game itself would be boring to me from the start. But the game just isn't fun. It's hard to judge angles, and the way it reads your throws, it really doesn't seem like you have full control of the ball. Power cruising. Basically, this is just a simulation of being on a jet ski. Now, like I said before, this kind of thing isn't my cup of tea, but I have to believe that even jet ski enthusiasts won't find this game enjoyable. It's just too plain and boring to enjoy. If you enjoy going through rings on a track, this game might be for you. If not, you won't find much fun in this game. Cycling. You take your bicycle and you bike around the island on a set path. Now the controls are a bit strange since you use the Wiimote and nunchuck to do pedaling motions with your hands. While it was strange to control the game that way, it did give my arms a workout since you had to watch how quickly you're pedaling. If you go too fast, it'll tire out your biker, and he'll have to stop for a few seconds. Golf. Now we're getting into games that were just ported from the original game in this series, Wii Sports. Nothing much has changed. I don't see much of a difference in playing the one that came with Wii Sports and this one. And that's a bit sad. At least they added a new course, which was nice. The game is still fun to play, but I wish they had improved on the graphics and the play mechanics. Table tennis. Just like tennis on Wii Sports, your only goal is to hit the ball. You don't need to worry about moving your character. The computer will do that all for you. I did find this game fun as the Wii Motion Plus device did a good job of reading the exact angle of my Wiimote and helped me pull off some really nice trick moves. Bowling. This is the exact game from Wii Sports, with one exception. They gave you the option to not have to release the B button when you get to the line to throw the ball. If you choose to do so, you can hold the B button the whole time and it will throw it for you, which I liked. That always bugged me in the original. I didn't see the point of letting go of the B button at the last second. I didn't see much of a noticeable difference between this version and the older version. Sure, it would read the angle of the way you threw the ball better, but the original game did a good job of doing that as well. Canoeing. This is definitely the worst game on this collection. Not only is it boring to play, but the controls were terrible. I know they were just simulating canoeing for real, but it just wasn't fun to play. Using your Wiimote and nunchucks like a paddle might sound like fun until you actually have to do it. And trust me, it's a game you're only going to play once. Skydiving. Now this wasn't bad. It was kind of fun to fall out of an airplane and link up with other skydivers for pictures and formations. However, this is definitely the most messed up game in this whole collection. If for the body count alone, many Miis will die horrible unseen deaths in this skydiving game. What do I mean? Well, you see the many people around you while you're diving, but the only ones allowed to survive by opening their parachutes are the ones who link up with you for a picture in the end. The rest have to fall to their deaths. That's really nice, Nintendo. Island Flyover. This is a sightseeing tour simulator. And as lame as that sounds, I can't believe I'm going to say this. I found this game the most fun and rewarding to play in this entire collection. This is the one game in this whole collection where unlocking different areas and extras wasn't just handed to you. You need to find 10 unique locations for every unlockable extra in this game. There were 80 locations to find in the whole game, and you're going to want to find them all to unlock all the great extras in this game. You hold the Wiimote like a paper airplane and you tilt it from side to side to move your plane. It worked perfectly. Plus you can fire lasers to shoot the balloons that are littered throughout the island. But that was mostly for fun though. You have a 5-minute time limit to fly around the island. If you crash, your Mii will eject and you'll get a new plane and the time will still keep ticking down. So you can crash as much as you want. So don't be afraid to take a risk and fly into tight spaces. You are allowed to go anywhere on the map and they didn't stop you from going anywhere. They encouraged you to look in every nook and cranny of this resort island and the islands that are around them. You can even find the golf course in this game if you look hard enough. I can't express how much I enjoyed this game. Dogfighting. This uses the same map as the Sightseeing Tour game, so you would think I would love this game as well. Well, that's where you would be wrong. I love the idea of this game, but the execution is where I have a problem. First off, this is a 2-player game only, which means if you want a dogfight, you're going to have to spend another $20 on another Wii Motion Plus device, which I did, because I really wanted to dogfight with another player. It seems like they just tacked on the dogfighting game to the Sightseeing Tour game without any real thought on how it would actually work. The major problem with the game is that it has no radar, so often you won't have any idea where the other plane is. Since they give you a time limit, you'll spend a great deal of time just looking for each other, as the map that you can fly around on is huge. The goal of the game is to shoot the balloons on the back of the other player's plane, and you can get more balloons if you go to the locations they show you. However, you better have memorized those places on the island, or you won't have a clue where they are, even by the pictures. As you play the main games that I've been talking about, alternate gameplay modes become available, like Survival Mode in the Swordplay Challenge, or my favorite, 100-pin challenge in bowling. These modes can be easily unlocked, thankfully, so you won't have to worry about spending hours trying to get just the right score to get them. In each of these games are stamps that you can earn for doing special things in the games that you're playing. Each of these games are different on the amount of stamps you can earn. If you want to know how to earn them, just click on them before you enter the game. Some are as simple as playing the game long enough, or some you have to earn through skillful playing. A few of these games can be played in a versus mode, if you have 2 or more Wii Motion Plus devices. Unfortunately, all the versus modes I saw were on some of the most cruddy games, with the one exception of sword fighting. That game may come down to a waggle fest when you're fighting the computer, but when you're fighting another real player, and you both agree not to go waggle crazy, the game can be really fun. Wii Sports Resort is a good game. Most of the games in the collection weren't bad, and some of them were even great and fun to replay. However, does that mean the game is worth $50, even with the free Wii Motion Plus device? That's a hard question to answer. If it were any other company, this game wouldn't retail past $30. But since it's Nintendo, and they're giving you a free add-on, they can charge you a premium price. I do wish they had a separate release of this game without the Wii Motion Plus device, at a cheaper price, since some people may already have it when they bought the Tiger Woods game. But I do think the game is worth the money, and you will enjoy it, so I think it's worth a buy. And now, unlike normal videos where I ended on me either screwing up or dying, I'm going to do the opposite. I'm going to end this video on my favorite accomplishment in this game. I know it's not that big of a deal, but I like it.
Great throw!